Hiya! I haven't played Pikmin in a while, so for this playthrough, I played Pikmin 1 twice. I replayed it just for this video. In my initial playthrough, I beat the game within 18 in-game days. In this video, I plan on beating my personal best. Can I beat it under 18 days? Well, I wouldn't be making this video if I couldn't. This is pre-recorded, so I already played through the whole game at this point. Okay, I gotta collect 30 ship parts in 30 days. How fast can I get it done? Okay, the first day, there's no timer. I found my first Pikmin, so I collected a few pellets until I had enough Pikmin to push this cardboard box. This is where we found the engine. It takes 20 Pikmin to carry it, but you can leave this area with 25 Pikmin. It will need that extra set of Pikmin. Because in Area 2, also known as the Forest of Hope, I take these pellets down while the rest of my crew brings down this gate. Then we take out these ladybugs. I hit this one for good measure. After we bring down the second gate, we killed all the other enemies in this area. While 41 of my Pikmin takes the field dimension, I go here to meet the first yellow Pikmin. The great thing about yellow Pikmin that they can jump really high and carry bombs and do more stuff in later games, but I digress. So we take out these bugs things and I throw 20 something Pikmin up here where the Whimsical Rider is. With my remaining Pikmin, I take the bolt. I almost didn't make it, but I left with 3 ship parts. Day 2 is complete. The third day was pretty uneventful. There wasn't a whole lot to do because I was anticipating I would have blue Pikmin by now, so the rest of this area goes unexplored for a while. But since I didn't unlock the next area, we go back to the Forest of Hope. I did collect one more ship part though. The rest of the day was spent growing Pikmin. But day 4 is more interesting because we're gonna get the space float, automatic gear, and the gravity jumper. The first thing I did here was grab some bombs. The sooner we blow up these walls, the easier it will be to bring the parts back to the ship. While I was using all the reds to take out enemies, this thing was taking my pellet, so we beat him up until he dropped the space float. Next, I sprouted as many blue Pikmin as I could. Spoiler alert, I only left with 18, but I'm gonna need an army of blues for later. We finally collected the automatic gear while the rest of my squad built a couple bridges. It'll help things go a lot faster. The other bridge we built is to help us get the gravity jumper. As the timer was counting down, I blew up more walls. Now, since I had very little blue Pikmin, I made a stop back to the impact site. I was gonna come back here anyway for a ship part, so I spent day 5 growing blue and yellow Pikmin. Now, I don't remember there being this many pellets when I was here before. But what I am really here for is the pearl. It drops a lot of Pikmin. Day 6 is a big day for us. I started by taking 15 blues to collect the first ship part. While they were busy with that, I took a lot of reds to defeat all these bug enemies so they won't be a problem later. Also, we needed to bring down this gate. Meanwhile, I take some yellows to collect bombs, and I realize it's actually faster to just throw them instead of building their way up. I needed bombs to blow up a wall so we can fight the spider. When defeated, we are rewarded this thing. But after they brought that back to the ship, we went and fought another boss. This fight took me longer than I'd like to admit. But here is where we collected the Omega stabilizer. While most of my troops were carrying everything back, I took some Reds to fight an enemy and take down another gate. Once the Reds were done with carrying that last ship part back, I traded them for some blue ones so they could beat up that frog and carry the anti-dioxin filter. I made off with 4 ship parts in one day. Just kidding, we didn't have time, so we have to come back. Day 7, we came back to this place. We carefully walked across through the fire. I brought blue, yellow, and red Pikmin for this job. First we build the bridge, then the blues fixes the water geysers so it can shoot me up. Then I throw my yellows up here, and the red Pikmin will carry it off. And yes, I went back for the filter, so we walk across the fire again. The blue Pikmin takes the computer and hands it over to the Reds. We made off with 3 more ship parts. When it was time to go, I found 1 stray Pikmin, but it said that I actually had 4 on the field. We lost 3 Pikmin that day. When day 8 first started, I took the blue Pikmin so they can build a bridge, because that'll lead us to another ship part. On the way, they had nectar. I took the rest of them to bring the repair type bolt back to the ship, which took up a lot of my time. Next, they started on another bridge, and this Pikmin is carrying an enemy without going around. I went back to the onion to collect some yellow so we can blow stuff up. The other bridge got finished, so now they're working on another side of the bridge. I fought an enemy so they can grab the message machine. Now that this bridge is finished, my Pikmin decided to go around instead of taking the bridge. I have the smartest Pikmin. This thing that keeps flying around took 2 of my yellows that were carrying bombs. I really needed them.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine. When you're
With the bridge completely built, we attempted to bring this thing back to the ship. But no luck. We left day 8 with only 2 ship parts. Next day, I was collecting some pellets when this one just dropped from the sky. The bug came back when we were picking up the ship part we left behind. We fought a creature because there was the installer radio inside it. Also, we just felt like killing. The next bridge that we built, I don't think I was supposed to do it like this, but I did it anyway. So while the bridge was already built, my Reds were fighting the spider. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to take the bowsprout back to the ship. On day 10, however, we came back. We knocked some enemies out so they wouldn't be in the way, and we brought down a couple gates. One really didn't need it to be messed with because we never use that path anyway. So, the one gate did lead us to the rotor. I took some blues to carry off the Anumem jet. This next one was hard to grab, but we collected the UV lamp. Remember how I said getting the repair type bolt took up a lot of my time? Well, I was lying. This part took up a lot of my time. The important thing is we get it down and come back for it later. This is where I lost a lot of Pikmin. But that's okay, because we spent day 11 grinding for blue Pikmin and collected the remaining parts. Okay, at this point, we've been collecting 2 parts a day, and we spent 4 of them in the distant spring. But now we're back at the Forest of Hope. First things first, we took out enemies so they won't be in the way later. Then half of my squad worked on a gate, the other half built a bridge. This will take a lot of blue Pikmin. By the time we grew enough blue Pikmin, the gate was torn down, so we had to start on the next one. While that was happening, the bridge was already built, so we started on the next bridge. All the gates were finished by this point, so now we beat the boss. But the ship part wasn't hidden inside it. We just needed him out of the way so we can bring it to the ship. While they were busy with that, I used my other Pikmin to get the ship part. Meanwhile, all the bridges were finished, so we had the path to bring another ship part back. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this one. Okay, next we pushed a box out of the way. This would lead us to another boss fight. We didn't have time. So guess what? I did day 12 all over again. I was determined not to come back for anything, so I restarted the day to collect the 4 parts needed to unlock the final trial. I don't know how I made it off with 4 of them in one day, because I had to fight the spider again, and then I had to fight one of the birds because, there's 3 of them, and with that, we are done here. So now we go to the final trial. Okay, I took a lot of my blue Pikmin to the bridge to build it. Next, I took a little of my yellows and made our way over here, because there's bombs we need over here. So meanwhile, while we were doing that, the bridge was already built. My yellows blew up the wall, and somehow we moved that cardboard box. Next, we have a gate to bring down. We fought the final boss. And in the end, the bomb took him out. We were rewarded the secret safe that Olimar doesn't really need to get home, but we got it anyway because I'm trying to best my previous record. Yay! And with that, the ship is complete. Olimar looked at the Pikmin one last time and leaves. Then the Pikmin goes after a ball bar because now they can take care of themselves. What a good ending. I did this all in 13 days. Okay, no, beating the game within 13 in-game days isn't impressive because speedrunners exist, but when I was a kid, I was so bad at Pikmin, I kept getting the bad ending. The game is really short and easy if you know what you're doing, and I think I do. I never really played Pikmin 2 before, and I might do a video playthrough of that. So please subscribe, click on screen if you want to see more from me, and go check out my TikTok. Okay, bye!